Yo guys, welcome to ShayanGaming. Today the ranked season has finally ended and the new preseason is about to start, and you're going to see a crazy looking new shop. So I thought I'd make a quick video just explaining how to understand this whole thing, because when I first saw it I got really confused. There's a lot of stuff going on. So let's start breaking it down. So the very first thing that will happen when you log in, when you start playing a game, is you'll be on the all items tab and on your role. So I'm playing ADC and I'm going to speak about this through ADC, but it's pretty much the same for every other role. And basically you're in the marks down drop down, and so I think actually you'll be on the other order. So you'll have 5 different rows including mythics of items, and I want to explain how it works first. But before we go through this, let's just click here so we can blank this area away. So let's just start with looking at the left side. So as you can see, you've got the potions, as you'd expect, you've got the wards, and then you've got the level 9 ward, which is the far sight, and then you've got the Excellers, which also unlocks at level 9. But at the moment you don't really care about any of those stuff. You've got the control ward or quick easy access, and your gold is over here, which is the same as obviously over here. And over here you've got the boots. So this is the boots you always start off with, and then this can obviously build into, so here you've got the options of what they built into, and they're all over here as well. And you see this little star, this is what it's kind of recommending for you to build, which is the Berserker Greaves. And you can obviously click on any of these boots to see what their composites are so that you can buy them separately. Over here you've got basically your inventory, so let's just give ourselves some gold actually so we can make this look a bit more interesting. I'm just going to buy some random stuff. Okay, so here we've got inventory. We can also right click from here to quick sell, or right click from here. So bam, and then right click from here, bam. That's just a quicker way, but yeah, I'm still very used to this, so I'll probably just stick to this. Now let's move on to all items first. So as I said, when you start the game you'll have this menu, especially if you're marksman, but if you're other roles you'll get different item sets. But let's go back to marksman. So this is where you've got your Doran's Blade, which is what I want to start with, my ward and my potion. So that's kind of the setup as soon as the game begins. That's what I'll be doing. And just to make you understand the context of these rows, so these items, well, except for the Tear of Goddess, build into nothing. They're just your starter items. And then, oops, AFK warning. And then your basic items, these are also items that come from nothing. So nothing builds into these items, but they always build into something. So as you can see over here in the top, they build into something, build into something, builds into something. And just to go to the complete opposite end, so mythics and legendaries, these are the final items. So at the end of the game, let's say the game went on to like 50 minutes or whatever, and your full build, all your 6 items, except for, you know, boots, will be, well, the 5 of your inventory slots will most likely be one of these. Mythics and legendaries, these items do not build into anything, including the mythics. These are the final ones, except for, of course, Manamune. And mythics, you can only have one. So yeah, usually you start off with mythic, and then you can build any of these, and obviously you can click on them to see what their composites are. And as you saw earlier, this dagger is part of the basics, so is the thing that builds into different stuff. And all of these like second level things, these are the epics, which are over here. So just to start again, because it does get confusing, these are the base items that always build into something, and what they build into is one of these epics. And then these epics finally build into a final item, which is either a legendary or a mythic. So yeah, final items here. And this is what I like to do. I kind of like to have it reversed order. Obviously at the beginning you scroll down for Doran's Blade, but then you can kind of see, okay, at the end of the game, what do I want to have? Is it this or is it these? And then you can just build from there instead of looking at here, if that's what you want to do. But obviously you can do whatever you want. Now to explain what this is, so this is obviously a menu where you can filter by different stuff. So let's say I want an attack damage one. You can also add another filter on top of it. So we have attack damage at the moment. Let's say we want health as well. So it's giving us these 2 items that give us attack damage and health in some format. Let's say we want attack damage, attack speed. You can even have 3 of them, so you can have a cooldown reduction, or you can have movement. And you can see, you know, the final items that you can get for here. And remember, you can always just click this one button to clear all the filters and come back to where you were. So you don't have to, for example, manually unclick all of these, which could take some time. You can just click that and then you're back. I'm just going to click all items so you can kind of see what there are. So there's all sorts of starter items, then the basic items that then build into epics, and then the epics that build into the final items, which are the legendaries. and the mythics. So let's just go into all items so we can kind of see all the different filter options and what's actually available. For example, we've got all the attack damage ones here. You've got the critical strike items, the attack speed items, the on-hit effects such as Rage Blade, armor penetration items such as Last Whisperer, and then you've got the AP related ones, so ability power items, mana regeneration, magic penetration, and then you've got some tanky stuff such as health and regeneration, armor items, magic resistance, and then finally you've got kind of the miscellanea, as I like to call it, the cooldown reduction, but obviously it's still very important even though I just named it miscellanea, and then movement items and lifesteal and spell vamp. So now let's move on to the recommended tab. So as you can see here, it's first suggesting you the mythic items, of which you can only have one, and usually in game will tell you against which champions it's good, but right now it's just telling us generally good because we're against only one champion. And then after you can obviously click on these to see what they're made of, so let's just click one of these first. Okay, we actually have enough gold. Let's just click on Immortal Shield Bow, right click it, we've purchased it, and now the suggested items changes. So now it's saying you can go boots, boost of swiftness, or essence weaver. And if you see over here, it'll kind of tell you what the recommended items are. So the first three are the three mythics that we saw earlier, and then we've got the boots, which is over here. Boost of swiftness, swiftness I should say, isn't actually on this list here, but it's recommended anyway. And then these are kind of the items you'll recommend. But then another option that you can do is click here, so in the search bar, and you'll get kind of the same list. So we've got the exact same list as we've got here, but over here. But you also have some more recommendations, and you can scroll down and you can access this list from any of these tabs. So if we go into all items, if we're here and we want to see what the recommended are, we can just click here, and from here you can just immediately right click on any of the items and buy it, or of course you can left click and see their composition. One thing to note, if you're in this kind of drop down menu and you want to go back to recommended, you kind of have to click twice, which is a bit annoying because the first click just closes the tab, but you're still exactly where you were, and then you have to click again. It's it's obviously something very small, but just so you know, because I was getting confused. I was like, I'm clicked here, I want to go to all items. Wait, this isn't all items. So you just got to click twice. You can also just click the same tab to close it. And then you have the option here for popular. So here you have the different roles, assassin, mage, tank, support, but you also have popular, and these are kind of the recommended items but kind of put down like here, so you could always just start off from here as well if you want. And the item sets, I'm guessing, is where on the League client you can kind of create your own item sets, and probably through like OPGG you can import items and they can appear here. But yeah, I'd recommend once this comes out to just go into practice tool, just click on whichever role you are and just kind of go through the items for your role so you understand what they are, especially the mythics. Yeah, and hopefully this video helped you understand how to make sense of this quite confusing shop, but once you get the hang of it, it all works fine. And I'm just going to go back to getting my setup, which is this. Scroll down at the beginning of the game, and then the rest of the game kind of figure out what we're going to build. And then we've got the popular items / recommended installed anyway in case we forget for whatever reason, and then we can just build what we want. And I have no idea what I've built right now, and well, we're level 1 and she's level 10. I only have my Q, but hey, maybe with these items we can do loads of stuff. Oh look, we're doing okay. Obviously we're hacking. Okay, that's interesting. So good guys, I mean, oh wait, did we just get 4 levels by just killing her? That's okay, I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, anyways, that's definitely not how a normal game would work. But I hope this shop was helpful. This video was helpful on the shop, and hopefully you'll understand it soon and you can get to playing ranked again for the next season and hitting those targets, those new targets hopefully. And yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so we can see Lucian do some more cool dances. And yeah, thanks for watching, and adios!